I don't remember how long it's been, but it's definitely been too long since we made an R&B or a trap soul tutorial. So that's what we're going to be doing today. It'll be like a Bryson Tiller, Toosii, but also like SZA and Blast for like the rhythm and the drums. With that said, let's go. All right, so for these beats, I like to stay in the 80 to like 100 range. Honestly, probably like lower 90s. So I went ahead and just chose 91 for this. We're inside my Loveless Analog Lab bank right here. Perfect for R&B and trap. So I'm going to be using pad 2 from this bank. If you do already have Loveless and you're looking for a new bank, I do have my brand new bank Eternal, which is out, 85 presets, and if you want to try 21 of them for free, there is a light version. So I'm going to go with E minor for this on the scale highlighting. We could transpose this later. So the first thing that I like to do when creating like R&B and trap soul is to just get a solid 7th chord down from the scale, choose a root note, build out a 7th chord, and then go from there. I'm usually going to go from a 7th chord to probably a dominant 7th chord and then a resolving chord, which is going to give us that R&B feel and kind of build out from there. But that's always like my foundation. And then let's bring down the top note a little bit. It's a little bit too loud, and we can bring the rest up. We started on the root note, which is G. Skip the note in the scale, place, skip, place, skip, place. So this is going to give us the G major 7th chord. If we delete this, we have our basic triad, but I'm also going to add another note. So I'll select this note, skip here, place one here, and now we have the root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th. So this is a 9th chord now. And now we can build out the dominant 7th chord. And we are going to have a couple notes that are outside of the scale, but that's going to happen when you're adding in like these dominant 7th chords. And that's what's going to give it that R&B feel, that tension, that out of scale feel that ends up being resolved. And that is really how you get like that R&B trap soul feel you're going for. All right, so now we could bring these out over here, and you'll see that we started on this F sharp, and like I said, we skipped 1, 2, 3, and then we placed the note. Then we skipped 1, 2, then we placed the note, then we skipped 1, 2, and then we placed the note. And this is going to give us the F sharp dominant 7th chord. So all I'm gonna do is skip 2 more, 1, 2, and then place one right here on G. So I'll just take this note length and drop it right here. So in reality, if you see on the 2nd and 3rd note right here, they're really just sharpened. If I go shift and down arrow, everything is gonna be landing in the scale, right? But it's not gonna have like that R&B feel to it, watch. Like it's almost there, and then when we sharpen them and we get that dominant 7th without, you know, the 9th being there, the feeling you're gonna get is a more R&B feel. So I'm gonna select this note length right here, skip this note, place, skip this note, place, that's our triad, skip this note, place, that's our 7th, and let's also make this a 9th, skip this note, place. But I do wanna replay this just so it has the same feeling as these. All right, then we'll just move these over 2 notes like that. So I loaded in piano 3 from Loveless. This piano is gonna layer nicely. We'll probably end up just leaving this. Ooh, that sounds good. No, let's go with that. That sounds a lot better. Yeah, that's smooth. There we go. So now that we got a nice chord progression going, what I want to do is build out like a perk loop with a whole bunch of effects to kind of just have in the background. So I'm gonna go over here to the Broken Hearts drum kit, and we're gonna go into the percussion part, probably like some toms and stuff, and then run it through a lot of processing and just create like a nice background like percussion loop. So we'll go ahead and start off with the hi-hat, probably put it on 4. And then from here, let's just build out like a nice percussion loop. We'll bring all these down, and then we'll go from here, and then we'll add effects to this and whatnot. So you'll see at the end, but this is how we're pretty much gonna start it off, is just get like a cool bounce for this. And then we're gonna do like a do with that. And then we'll go in here, we'll get an EQ first. Then we'll get like Portal for this, which is gonna be perfect. And then we'll load in a reverb. I'm gonna start backwards for this. I'm gonna just go like that. Let's get like a smooth plate. Not even gonna listen to it yet. I'm gonna just try to like, I don't know, see what could happen if we just mess around with this. I for sure overdid this, but it's all about getting creative, and I really like what this did. So the last thing I did was add shaper box. I just chose like a random preset and brought it down a lot. Let's get into adding some vocals to this. I'm gonna probably use Splice for this. I've been using Arcade a lot, and I definitely need to utilize some of my Splice credits for sure, because it's kind of going crazy. I'll kind of show you how I like to filter by to get vocals, and definitely to find vocals that maybe aren't so common, because you can filter by like random specific genre and stuff like that. But let me go find some vocals, add it in here, and then I'll tell you about that. All right, so here's all I do when I go on Splice. I go right here, I type in vocal, and then I'll filter by the key and genre. So I'll go in here to genre. And for this, I want something R&B. So I'll just go ahead and click that. Then for the key, we're in E minor right here. You honestly could just search by minor and transpose it later. But if you want to make it easy, you could just sort by the exact scale you're in. And the key is to hit this most popular and filter by random. That's all I do. I just go through here, let it play. I turn down the volume a little bit, have the track in the background, and try to see what vocal would fit the best, and then go ahead and time stretch it and whatnot inside FL Studio. All right, so this is the vocal I found inside of Splice. First thing I'm gonna do is open this, go over here to stretch, and then on the time, bring this out to 8 bars right here. And then we'll go ahead and bring the volume down just so it's not too loud. I have this effects chain saved. It's just Valhalla Vintage Reverb like this. Then some shaper box, and then some EQ. This is actually from a tutorial I did a long time ago, and then I saved this for like trap soul vocals. So let's just hear this real quick, and then I'll go ahead and load in some drums. Go with the rim for this. Let's duplicate Analog Labs. There's a bass inside of Loveless that I want to use for this. It's gonna be bass 2, I think. Maybe move this over. There we go. Yeah, I like that a lot better. All right, so now I'm just gonna load in some more drums. We need to get like, we have the rim already, we just need a different hi-hat and then a kick. All these drums right here are from the Broken Hearts drum kit, except for kick 15, which is from Resupply. But I do have kick 3 right here from Broken Hearts. I'm gonna choose which one I like better. This one's a little bit more smooth. This one hits a little harder. So we'll have to figure out at the end like which one sounds the best. Go over here, shift this, give it a little bit more like delayed feel so it has a little bit more bounce to it. And then we'll actually go in here and turn down every other hat. But I'm gonna do them individually just so they're a little bit different. You could just do like 2 and then copy and paste it over, but I want them to be a little bit different. Give it like a nice little bounce. For this one, we just gotta go right here to stretch. All right, now let's record the kick. I'm gonna go ahead and record it on kick 3, but I can switch over to kick 15 after. We'll see which one sounds the best. I already like how that kick sounds. I'm not even gonna switch it over, but just so you can see, this is what kick 15 would sound like. Little bit like harder hitting kick, but kick 3 just fits perfectly. It has like a nice smooth but like hard knock to it. That's smooth. So now this really just needs some arranging. I'll probably add a lead to it. I feel like there could be a cool lead. I'll mess around after, and if I find like a cool lead, I'll let you know. All right, so I did actually end up adding a lead. It's a really simple lead, but it just complements the beat perfectly. It's lead 3 from my Loveless Analog Lab Bank, and this is what it looks like. It's just a couple notes. And then with processing and added in the beat, sounds like this. If you're interested in any of my kits used in today's video, there'll be a link to those in the description. Appreciate you watching. Make sure to join the Discord, link to that in the description as well. Let's hear the full beat.